Well, that could be a depressing sight. We're in late November and we've had some proper frosts. Well, I say proper frosts, it's been, I think, -1, -2 centigrade, and our what were lovely begonias have finally succumbed. There's a little bit of life at the bottom. They probably actually will come back next year if we don't get any harder frosts, and we could trim them back and they probably shoot from the bottom, but we're gonna pull them up. And underneath these larger leafed ones here, these tuberous begonias, there should be a bulb, so we should be able to save them. But look across here, because underneath the shade of this tree, the same types of begonias are still flowering actually. So that little bit of extra protection underneath the tree here, not exposed to the sunlight, in the shade, those begonias are still doing fine. Thank you very much. So we'll leave those in. And what did I spot? As we're going to tidy up here, we should be able to walk past this rather shocked looking cat. Here we are. Go back again, past the cat. Look at this. In late November, we've got snowdrops in flower. But it's time to get rid of the old black-eyed Susie there that's going over with the frost, and we're going to get rid of these old begonias and see if it can cheer up our view from the kitchen window just behind me. By the way, that's the rhododendron there that we cut back right down to bare stems, right down to the base back in the spring, and look how it's started to shoot again now. Nice bushy shape on it. There we go. We've got rid of those dead begonias, and we've pulled up the tuberous begonias, the ones with the bulb underneath. You can just see the bulb there. And if we had a greenhouse, that would be the perfect situation for them. But we'll put them in our shed. That's quite a warm shed over the winter because it's exposed to the sun. But there's another one there. You can see the bit of the stem, and it's solid underneath. So they can come back year after year. As we were pulling up the begonias and their roots, we were finding little bulbs that are starting to shoot. It's popping back in. So spring is coming. There's that rhododendron that was pruned right back down to little stumps like that. You can see that one shooting there. Even got some flower buds here and there. So that's come back really well in 6 months. And just coming into flower there is our winter flowering heather, which will be in flower now. Let's just get past these bins. There we are. There's our winter flowering heather, which will be in flower now. Look at all those flowers there. Right through until kind of March, maybe even early April next year. And the bees, if they come out on a warm day in winter, will be very grateful for having access to those little flowers, which will keep them going. A little winter snack for them. But just look at this little fella here. Here we are in the last couple of days of November, and it's still flowering like mad. This is our rhododendron purple bells, as it's known commonly. And yeah, it's had frost on it, and it's still having a go with some new growth and some new flowers. Normally last up until about Christmas. So if you see that available as seedlings or young plants in the spring, put it in, give it something to grow over, like a little tripod, like obelisk, like we have there, and it will give you months and months and months of flowers. Oh, look, and there's the snowdrops there. That's not bad for November, is it? Ta-da! Any questions about begonias or autumn gardening or winter gardening? Gardening generally, really. We'd love to hear from you in the YouTube channel comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye.